The Honorable Omboko Milemba, member for 𝗛𝗢𝗡.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Whereas I have a lot of respect for the Budget Committee and its chair, and for the work it did, despite the fact that we have several challenges that required budget cuts, I would really want the Budget Committee to listen to me carefully. That when you went back to look at the budget, which was supposed to be mutilated because of the fact that the finance bill had not gone through, it was very important that we prioritize things which must be achieved. When you are not having enough money in your home, you must go for the necessities. Honorable members, when you look at one of the pages in this budget, you will look at the Teacher Service Commission budget. So whereas we are celebrating that we have employed all the JSS teachers, which is 18.5 billion Kenya shillings, there was an agreement between the teachers of Kenya and the government of Kenya in what was called the CBA. The CBA was signed and deposited in court sometimes last year. And the government of Kenya paid the teachers half of that CBA, which was about 13 billion. The remaining 13 billion was to be paid in this financial year. When you look at the budget of the Teacher Service Commission, it has been cut on its recurrent expenditure by exactly 10 billion, meaning that all the teachers of Kenya are not going to get their full CBA as had been agreed by the government. Now, the chair budget, if it's anywhere, what you are doing to this country, which is already going through various demonstrations by both the young people and other groups, you are actually going to draw all the 400,000 teachers of Kenya out on the streets because we have allocated those money on roads, possibly, on other things which otherwise would have waited so that we clear with the teachers. The teachers were looking forward for the following 4 things in this particular budget which are not forthcoming. Number 1 was the phase 2 of the CBA, which is costing 13.5 billion Kenya shillings, which has been removed. Number 2 was a medical cover for teachers, which has been in existence and which was 15 billion. And when you look at this again, it has gotten a cut. Number 3 was promotion of teachers, which had been given 1.5 billion, and which again, I can see is not in the budget. And lastly, was of course the issue of the employment of the JSS teachers, which we have achieved. Now, what are we doing to our country? Already we are in a mood of riots and demonstrations. And now you want to draw all the teachers on the streets. In fact, the leadership within the budget committee, I wish the chair was here, this is a step of trying to incite the teachers of Kenya to get out of class and go to the streets. The teachers had been patient knowing that their package will be in this budget. And therefore, I want to say that we shall not, and I want to ask you, honorable members, because this will affect you starting next week and the following week. I don't see us going anywhere because it will affect us in our constituencies. We must make an amendment to this budget to include the 13.5 billion for the CBA of the teachers. And the economists are here. I've already talked to them. No, we don't need to borrow because there are places where we can prioritize. Why would we be building a road and not pay teachers? The road can wait for tomorrow, honestly. So let's be very realistic when we shall look at the next step of this particular matter so that we get 13.5 billion shit for the Kenyan teachers. Otherwise, even those of us who have been enjoying some limelight because of 1 or 2 things, the teachers will be on the streets. Yes, the JSS will be there, but the rest of the 400,000 teachers, I'm telling you, will get on the streets. And this is not what we require at this particular time. The budget chair and his leadership cannot incite the teachers as we see. So members help to revert this so that the teachers get their CBA. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.